Okay, there you go. It's going. So see the red camera, and then these are counting. So you have your 10 seconds, 11, 12, something like that right now. Okay, am I in frame? Okay, good. So we will start. Boom. Hello YouTube world. This is Suburban Gardener. Back. I think this will be episode 3. I don't know yet. We'll see if we can get that put together. Editing is not my strong suit. I have employed a camera person now. It's my daughter. Here, let me turn around real quick. This my little girl, Hadley. So she will be my cameraman, camera woman for now. So what I wanted to do was take you around a little bit, show you some of the progress that we've got. Had a video or some footage that I put together doing this garden bed. I want you to pan up here. So I, as I mentioned in one of my the first video, I was going to take some of these crepe myrtles out. Actually, what I did is cut them back quite a bit. So the sunlight, because the eastern side is over here. It's a little bit hazy or cloudy today, so the sun is coming up through these clouds. And I wanted more sunlight on my garden beds. So we pan over here, look at my garden beds. This is the first garden bed that we've got done. I already have some cucumbers and tomatoes in here. I've staked them up so that, back a little bit, sweetie, up there, keep me in frame as well, so I can explain. So what I'm going to be doing is putting an upper support on here so I can do the single stem method for all the tomatoes and these cucumbers as well. I have some sweet peppers. I'll be taking probably this one out once this gets a little bit bigger, just to make sure that that's the right one. Got some jalapenos here. I don't remember what I put there exactly, but some stuff in between these, so as they get up, and I start taking some of these bottom leaves and other foliage off of here. That'll be getting a little more sun, so I want to keep that in the sun. So this bed went together fairly well. I'm going to be putting together another set of these raised garden beds. It was a kit that I got. I'm going to do a full review on that kit and show you how it went together. They're okay. I really don't expect these to last but maybe 3 to 4 or 5 years at the most, and then we'll probably transition into something a little more permanent, like something stone or stack stone of some type. We'll see what I can get away with. My wife is going to be a part of deciding how it looks, because this was barely acceptable, so have to pay attention. So I'm going to walk around in here a little bit and show you a little bit more of what's been done. So I did this peach tree. The peach tree, there's an apple here, a pear in the corner. Come on around here, sweetheart. So down here I've got some ochre growing in this area, and that's going to come up between. Oh yeah, let's look at that star jasmine. Stand right back here, and I want to show that star jasmine. So I had mentioned in my first video there was some stuff growing along the side, and there's a whole bunch along that other fence there, along the west fence. Found out what it is. It's called star jasmine. Wow, aromatic. It's actually fairly pretty, but it is taken over there on that fence line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it back a little bit after this year. After the blooms and everything have kind of finished up, I'm going to be trimming it back and getting between the fruit trees that I have. So I'll come over here and show you. So real quickly, and then we'll go get to this tree. So every 15 feet we did a fruit tree. This is another peach. This is an apple that's probably not going to make it, because looks like some string trimmer got my bark here all the way around it, so it's girdled, and that's where your nutrients flow back down to the roots from your leaves. Photosynthesis at the leaves, it runs back down just under the bark, and the bark is gone. I can't find it. I was going to try and find it, get it back on there, and maybe it would heal up. I doubt it. I don't think it's going to at this point. I certainly can't find the bark, so that's probably going to have to replant. So step back a little bit over there, and then get a little wider shot. A little bit more. Go back about 5 steps. There you go. So this star jasmine, actually I want you to go way back over there so you can see the whole fence line. There you go. So this star jasmine was along this fence line, and my thought is to do the fruit trees every 15 feet, and I'm going to, they're kind of close, as you notice, to the fence line. So what we're going to do is espalier them. So espalier is a method where you take these limbs at a horizontal, and I'm going to do them probably every 2 foot or so, and as this grows we'll add up above. That's okay, Lulu's fine. So what we'll do is they'll go out along these, and you'll trim them back so that no new growth starts. So what it will do is it will take all its energy and put it to the limbs that you have on the espalier. You know, P. Allen Smith is real big on the espalier method. There's a couple others that I'll try and at some point link some videos so that you see what that is. And as we continue here, I don't have to do it right now, but probably within the next year, I want to definitely get my my framework in place and get these on that so that the limbs don't get too big. So between each one of these, we'll leave some of this star jasmine because it is so aromatic, and it's actually pretty. So what I'll do is I'll trim it back probably 3 feet from each one of the trees right now, because it does vine and grows in, and it attaches, and man, this stuff is pretty prolific, so keeps going. But anyway, all this bed here, right there, sweetheart, all this bed is going to, I'm going to mulch it and probably eventually have some type of, I don't know, vegetable, something in here. I'll make this a garden bed of some type between these trees. But it has to look good. You know, the wife says so. So, over here real quick. This tree I mentioned, I don't know what it is, but I've tried to look. And let's get a tight shot here. I want to see if anyone has any ideas of what this is. So, you can see how it goes. I need to cut this back. We've got some damage where some other limbs were coming in. I need to cut it back to here because this is dead. This is cracked, so I want to cut it back. But the scent is pretty aromatic when you get a little bit of crush on them. It smells a little bit like rosemary, kind of a rosemary smell to it. It's very faint, but it is a nice smell. So I may cut it back and keep it. Once you step back a little bit and show you the bottom, these are all new growth of the same thing. So at the roots, it started coming up. I'm going to trim a lot of this back, of course, but you know, this stuff is, come here, sweetheart. It doesn't smell bad, so step back a little bit, sweetheart, a little wider. There you go. So yeah, I'm going to trim some of this back. These beds need some help. I'll be probably taking this back. Oh, I'll have to go back here because one of the garden beds, just like the other side, is going right here. So I mentioned in the first video also that these palm trees, they were damaged in the freeze that we had in Texas. So the only way that I found to take these things up is with a breaker bar. I've got it's probably a 5-foot bar here, and basically I chainsawed down probably 10-11 inches in the center, enough to be able to break each one of these off, break each one of these out. And before I got them out, I wanted to kind of show a little bit of that. So step back just a little bit, sweetheart, so you can see. So what we've got here is so like that, and then these can come up. And I'm going to have to continue that same thing. Oh yeah. So my big thing here, I just want to get the ground kind of level. Up here, sweet. Up here where you can see me. So I want to get the ground level in here so this bed doesn't have a big hump in it that I've got to deal with. So down in here, probably going to be some of this root left. And that's okay, it'll decompose over time. But the big thing, I want to get the ground prepared, and then I will put cardboard down from the kits that I have that I will build this. So let me show you a little bit about how hard this is and how this thing's in here. So you try and get right in the hole, sweetheart. You have to keep me and the work in the frame, okay? So you got some little pithy stuff out here. Hadley, you got to keep it in the frame. No, this I want you to keep this in the frame right now. Actually, you can back up a little bit to keep more of it. There you go. So it's real hard to get it and my control is not what it used to be. When I was a younger man, I could hit that every time without a problem. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to put you through watching this the whole time. So we'll go on to something else for right now. I'll get this done. When I get the bed going in though, we're going to do a full video on that. So I'm going to leave this for now. So, just kind of an update. Let's do a look at these strawberries. Since you stand right here. So these strawberry crates are something Callie Kim is big on. I saw it in a couple other YouTubers' videos. It's fairly easy to put together. I'm not 100% convinced though that this is the way to go. I've seen some other tower systems that I think will end up being better than this, but we've got these. We've got two of them, and they're producing strawberries. I'm trying to not overstress the plants too much in the beginning. So some of these that are smaller plants like this, if they start putting on a flower, I'll go ahead and snip it off and let it concentrate on building the plant before I go harvesting anything off of it. And there are some in here that, you know, little old growth, getting some new growth going. But these, they're a lot of, they take a lot of water. So these are watered pretty well daily to be able to have enough water to keep them producing and growing. Otherwise, I do have some blueberries. Why don't you step back just a little bit? There you go. So I've got 3 different varieties of blueberries, and I put them in some smaller pots right now. Initially we were getting some red on here, which is a sign of the soil being a little bit too alkaline. Blueberries like acidic soil, so I did put some acidifier in here. They're turning out a little bit better, but I don't know, I need to do a little more research. But the intent here is to take these blueberries, start them off in here in these smaller pots. What I want to do is some square pots, probably 18 by 18 square pots. Probably have to build those, and the intent is to be able to, maybe even 2 foot, to take those and move them as I would need to around the yard, to be able to catch as much sunlight and to be able to control the soil acidity and what's going on with the soil. They will have to be watered quite often, and the watering does not come from city water, comes from rain catchment, and that way that water's not so treated and alkaline. Anyway, I think we're going to end our video today right there and let you see. You want to take a quick pan around and not get the dog pooping Um, so go ahead and do a full pan, sweetheart. So this is the house, this is the backyard, and there's some of the wood. Actually see the wood over here under the arbor that we got off of these trees. And what else? Oh yeah, I do have this one. This is a fig tree. Right there's fine. This is a fig tree that was already in place. It's kind of out a little bit far from where I want it, so I'm going to take that fig tree and I am going to put it about right here. I'm going to actually put it just inside of this. So this one's going to come out here very soon. And I think the tall one in here is also going to come out very soon. So I'm going to leave this one this year. We're going to let it, we're going to see, I'm going to leave that one this year. They are already starting to put not a lot of new limbs and stuff on. So it won't take long and they'll be back out there. These were very mature trees, probably in the 20 to 22 foot range. I don't believe they'd ever been trimmed back at all. So anyway, we'll see if they make it cut or not. These are not producing any food, not something I'm likely to keep. We'll see. Anyway, stay tuned for more. And okay, hey, real quick video. Was out at the garden bed 1 here. Make sure we are, yeah, we're going. Garden bed 1, and I noticed one of my tomato plants was getting a little wilted looking, not looking real great. I came over to see if it was just some, heat, what was going on, stress. As I looked at it, I thought, well, I better pull that out. And wanted to lean over one of the Sweet 100s. So this is a Sweet 100 that was growing up, and it's actually sprouted a couple more out of the little pod that I put them in. Well, this, if you can see this, looks like some type of a boring bug has been eaten on the roots of this bad boy. And I dug down here to try and find it, but it's gone. Hopefully he doesn't commence to eating all my other tomatoes. I don't know what would do this. If you know, let's put it in the comments, please. I'd like to know what this is, and I've never even heard of anything that eats your tomato stems or roots. Comment, please. Thank you.